Hi, how's it going? Here's my vlog. I've got my hand behind my back. See, this is the first vlog I've done. Yeah, and that's not gonna work. Ow! Oh, that's my stretch. I ruined my body over the last, oh my God, more than 20 years. I started when I was in Chile. I just spent all of my time, like the whole time I was in Chile. I did a little bit of mountain biking with my friend Tony. We did a few like 12-hour mountain bike rides way up in the mountains. So I've done pretty much all of the good mountain biking around Santiago. There's some good mountain biking around Santiago, but not that much. Just a few really big, pretty good trails. But anyway, no, I was basically the whole time just on the computer, like working on my website. I was there because I was married. But then ever since then, I've just been sitting around on my website, just sitting around on my back, working on my website, or sitting in a chair. And it caused my my left side, for some reason it's just my left side. My right side still feels normal, but and my left side is the side that I got an injury in. This climbing hold broke off and I fell, and this like retarded kid was belaying me, and he didn't have any slack, and it came and I sprained my ankle really bad. And now it feels like my calf muscle tears too, like the actual muscle. When I run, it pulls. I haven't like routinely run yet, so we'll see if that can go away. But my ankle also hurts, but my left hip is in pain. Like if I sit on my hip, it hurts, and if I stretch, it has a soreness. And then the same thing with my left shoulder, and then when I move it, it gets even tighter and more sore. And so and it's sore like the way that like it's tender, and but it's right on the the fascia. So it's like when I'm stretching the fascial tissue, myofascial tissue. You know, I guess the only way to I should ask ChatGPT what that has to do with tendon, because it seems to function the same way, like the meniscus. I tore my meniscus last year sitting down on the ground, and it doesn't heal. It's like almost impossible. It takes forever to heal because there's no way to get the blood in there, and because it's just like tightly wound, you know, sinuous fiber. And I don't know, maybe that's the same thing with the fascia, but anyway, it takes just forever to stretch out. Like I'm doing a little stretch on my hip now, and yeah, but it's sore. And the thing is, and it's sore and tight. But the thing is, which I'm sure makes it weaker and all that. But if you like to stretch it, like if you like stretching soreness, you know, like that can be a feeling of like that feels good. Like when I get the last time I got poison ivy, I liked it because I would burn my skin on my leg and it felt so good. It was like kind of like that, like yeah, or kind of similar, I guess. It's not really the same thing as like a endorphin rush or endorphin or feeling a body rush, feeling good, but it's similar to that. Yeah, it just feels good, like really good. So I need to get in the habit of stretching, and like the best time to stretch my arm out, like just the left side over and over, is at night. Because you know, if you have insomnia and you're laying there, it's perfect. And so I was doing that last night. I'm starting to try to get in the habit of stretch. I set up a stretch system in my main room, my bedroom. And I want to stretch on that with straps, but then I moved into here. But this actually works really well because there's something to grab onto on this couch. I mean, on this bed. It's like at the bottom of the like the double mattress. So yeah, that's really cool. I need to get in the habit of doing that. But and it feels good. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy. So it's like rehab I'm having to do. But yeah, there's no I call it gravitational force on the website because I wrote I finished the timeline template, and I made the first 500-year period for our country. So I completed the template, and I completed the timeline itself because I finished one section of it. I got to the end of it with one thing. So, and then the next one wouldn't be that long. So I'm happy with where I'm at. I have to, the Google Earth stuff is accessible enough. That's the next thing I'd like to fix, because the navigation isn't it's the way the least developed on that. It's like not polished yet at all. So yeah, so I forgot to do a video this morning. It's like 9:50. I've been smoking. I got up at like 8:30, and then I've been smoking, scraping the pipe and smoking resin from this batch of like outdoor grown weed somebody gave me. I spent the last couple of days smoking because I was still buying stuff for my bikes. Like, I had to get so many different bike things that like, yeah, like I didn't even realize it. Like, I couldn't make a list. It was like beyond fathomable. Yeah, so last night, yesterday I got up and I got in and I bought another shock, a rear shock for my enduro jumping bike. And then I came home and I was like, after I got the shock, like a dumbass, it was like $33, but it looked like it fit. So at least I have an extra shock, but I was like, wait, I need to pump it. And I even asked the dude at the bike shop when I was getting at REI, I went in there to get bleed kit tubes, and he goes, he said your weight, you pump it up to the weight in pounds. And so, but to look at the specs. So I came home and because I didn't have a pump, because it looked like the same, like a Schrader valve. So I asked him, I'm like, can you pump it up like with a bike? He's like, oh no, you blow it out. Oh, okay. So you buy like a special pump, and then it pumps it up to like the bars. Like, it has a different like number, like it was, 175. So I don't know how you blow it out, because a regular bike pump can't get it to that much. But yeah, so I pumped it up to that much, and for the first time, and I was like, and then the bike worked. I was like, well, it was bottoming out. I thought it, like a dumbass, I thought it was because it was broken. You just needed to pump it up. I asked the guy in the bike shop, I'm like, so how often do you pump it? He's like, I don't know, if you ride once a week, you'd pump it once a week. And I'm like, so like the tires? He's like, yeah. So it's like, well, god damn it. It was just the same thing as like a deflated tire. So I didn't need to blow the $33 on the extra tube shock, but I'm glad I did, because like I plan on keeping the bike, and maybe in the future they won't have it. It won't be as available, something that matches that. So so yeah, so then I was like, oh my god, the bike works. So I went to the bike park. It was like 2:30, and yeah, it was cold, but I went there. There were a bunch of people already there, people in t-shirts, little kids in t-shirts doing the big jumps. And so I tried the jumps. I did left side, then I did the drop, where you go off the wood down the drop, and then if you go to the right, you can do one of those really steep jumps that has like the really steep lip, and then you go way up, and then it goes, and then it does like this. It goes down again and then back up, and I don't know why they do that. It's like, dirt's free. Why not just make it a lip the whole way, instead of have to go down and then back up? But anyway, so if you go right, you can do that, and then you pump it, and then you can go up the other one. And then if you go to the left, it's like easier. And so I was doing the drop and went to the left a few times, but I wasn't able to get any speed, because if I took like a stroke and put any power down, like more than 100 watts or something, the chain would skip, and I wasn't able to glide, so I could never get enough speed to do the jump. And because my front brake was rubbing really bad, I didn't realize how bad it was. And like if I try to make the wheel go, it would go like less than one revolution, like that bad. And also the handlebars were wrong. I looked on YouTube how you're supposed to do bars on enduro bikes, and it it the guy's like, yeah, you want the bar at the same angle as the shocks. So if the shocks come forward like this, you want the bar is going up like this. And so I put it on it like that, and didn't look right, and it didn't feel right. And when I was riding it, it really didn't feel right. Like I was like almost crashed, like I was like wobbling around and not able to go straight, and I like almost veered off of the wood ramp you ride down before it drops, like like onto the flat part. And then I got air on this one, and I like lurched to the right for no reason and almost crashed. And it's like, God damn it, what the hell? And the tire was a little bit to the right or the left or something, off kilter, and yeah, just the balance was screwy. But I tried to do. I was like afraid to do the one that actually legit jump. You get like big air, you're up in the air flying, and then you land hard and all that. And if you're not used to it, it's kind of freaky. But so I went to do it, but the problem was after the big drop off of it's the medium course. It's easy, medium in the middle, and then advanced on the right, which is the big ramp, and it's like 20-foot air. But yeah, I went to the right, dropped down, and I didn't get enough air, couldn't get enough speed. So I jumped off of the top of it, and then I went forward normally. But when I came down on the part that was still up, so I hit it perpendicularly. After getting pretty good air, and like hit it so hard that like my back cracked a bunch of times. And I realized like why they have those handlebars so wide. It's so that you can absorb whenever those accidents happen. You get too much air, or you land wonky, because you don't want to like your arms to give away. And that's about, like, my handlebars are 30.5 inches wide. I guess they get as wide as 31.5 inches. 800 millimeters, 80 centimeters, and mine are like 775 centimeters long, and that's like as wide as you would be when you're bench pressing. So it worked. And then, yeah, but before that, at one point, I was like, the drop off from this like wooden ramp that then drops in this really deep drop off, like there's this ramp built up, and so there's a ledge, like, so if you don't hit it fast enough, if you hit the ledge, you could do an endo, and then you're gonna fall all the way down. And it was like one of the first times I did it, I wanted to go fast to like clear it, but I went too far, I went too fast. And when I landed, it was, because I could see as I was landing, it was like almost at the flat part, which was like, 8 feet or something, like a pretty big drop. And yeah, I hit that pretty dang hard on my front shock. So yeah, that's why you want like a burly bike. But yeah, and then I was like, okay, enough of this, because I wasn't getting the hang of it, and I couldn't get up speed. I tried to do the slalom course, and I couldn't even like do it because I couldn't get any watts in. And then I did a couple laps around the actual course, and I like bike park, and I saw that they put a new jump in, like a training jump, which is like got me super excited. I want to do it today. It's the ramp jump, like the wooden jumps where you get really big air, that are like really steep, and but it doesn't have any, but it has like a soft, like those plastic soft cushy landings, and like, so it doesn't matter like how much air you do or don't get, as long as you get over the ramp, then you've done it, and you can get like a lot of air because it's like it goes down for a long time after that, and so it's a perfect training jump. And then you could even go in the left of it if you don't want to hit the jump, just to go over this big hill. But yeah, I saw that, and then I tried this pump park up a couple times, went up and down, and then came home to my mom's house because my mom's house is between the bike park and my house, like exactly between, like exactly on the way. And she lives like a mile from the bike park, and I live like 2 miles from it. And so she was cooking me like fish and vegetables. She makes the most healthy food. And she got on Ozempic last year and lost 50 pounds, but she doesn't have the money to stay on it, so she's going to try to see if she can stay off by exercising. But yeah, when I was there, I realized all the things I needed to do with the bike, like the handlebars. I fixed the handlebars, and so now instead of going like that, they kind of go the same in the opposite direction, so that it's way higher and I'm stretched out more, so I can like land with the thing, more forward, and I think I've got to have way more control. And then the seat was too far forward, so I moved that back. And also when I was jumping, I forgot to lower the seat. So, that's why I was doing kind of endos and didn't have control over the bike because my seat was all the way jacked up. So I marked the seat with a knife. I marked so I can raise it, and I know how hard to raise it, and I even marked it the lower part, so I know how the difference. But and it goes up and down easily. And then I was trying to fix the brakes, and I pulled the front brake, and it got stuck, and then I couldn't move the wheel at all, and I'm like, what the hell was that? All I did was pull the brake, and I saw that like the lever, when it pulls on I just got regular cable disc brakes. When it pulls the lever, it has this like arm that sticks out, and I don't know why it has the arm. I have no idea. It doesn't appear to do anything. But because the brake is like old, it got bent in, and so that arm that sticks out got stuck into the brake, and then couldn't detach, and so it would go in and get stuck, like, and not make the wheel move, and it was like a design flaw or something. So when I came home, I got my Dremel tool with my little discs, serrated disc thing, and I chopped that thing off. Luckily, I was smart enough to wear my big, like, green grow room glasses, because that thing was, like, sparking like crazy, and yeah, that metal must be, like, strong metal, and spitting, like hot pieces of metal in my face. That's how I was doing it. But, yeah, like, one hit me really hard, like, right here in the beginning, but that'd be fun to feel something ping off the glasses once, and be like, yeah, that's right, got my glasses. But, so then, yeah, and then, it was skipping also because the big chainring in the back on the cassette was totally loose. When I came home, like, it was wiggling. And so that's why, like, it was like skipping and moving around a lot in the top. But it was skipping in the lower ones too that were fixed, like the lower four. So I did need a new chain. So I went into REI. I should have gone to Full Cycle, it's closer. And got a 9-speed chain, and then came home and realized that it was an 8-speed. But I kept the 9-speed chain because I'm half expecting the same thing to happen with my 9-speed trail bike, which I'm building now, and and I know I'll use it eventually. So then I drove back and got the 8-speed chain and came back, and yeah, but I also spent $100 there earlier when I got this. I don't know, I can't believe it's that expensive. The tube, it was like $3 a foot or something, and I needed like 5 feet. The tube to put in the mineral oil and the pump, and like some of these nozzle things, like Jesus Christ. But then the whole kit was only 75 bucks at Full Cycle. And then at Full Cycle, they straight up just gave me the basin. So I'll start going there. But yeah, and then I was here trying to build my fixing the cables because I didn't have enough caps, and I put the wrong cable in of the 29-inch trail bike, and then I wanted to put the wheels on to see how the brakes worked and do the shifting. And at 11, I have to go into Community Bikes today and bring in the front derailleur and exchange it. I bought the frame over there, but it had a front derailleur attached already. But it was a wrong derailleur. I don't know like who put that on or what the deal was, but it's the right derailleur, like that it fixes around this like circle on the bottom. But the bike I have, the cable comes from the top, and this derailleur wanted the cable from the bottom. So I'm gonna go in there and get another derailleur, exchange it, I think, but first go into REI and get the tube, because I couldn't get the tubes fixed because fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh god. There it is. Oh shit. Oh god. Dude, ferrets are such a freaking pain in the ass to own. God. Oh god. It's like being a parent of a bunch of 2-year-olds. You have to be on your toes. Oh god, I just ate shit again. Yeah, so what happened is the other day I accidentally had like those 29-inch tubes laying around. And it only takes 5 minutes. It only you only have to turn your back for 5 minutes. Yeah, the ferrets must have gotten to him and just gone to town on him. Just chomped chomped the shit out of him. I'm such an idiot. Because last night it was after all the... See, look, there it is, you fucking thing. Last night... it was after the bike shops closed, and I really wanted to fix the bike. So the ferrets bit like 50 holes into these. He said I was patching them. And I went through like, look at that. I went through like 50 patches. I went through like 3 or 4 patch kits. Just patching up these things. This one too, both of them. This one. Look how this one's just littered with patches. So, I was like fighting a losing battle all night long. And I was getting tired too. Patching, and every time I pumped it up again, it was like just air just gushing out. Even to now, if I pump it up, either one of those tubes, air is just going to gush out. So now I have to go to the store. Oh, that thing got in with me, didn't it? They follow me around. Yeah, they went and bit like 100 holes into it, and yeah, they killed my cockatiel because I left him in my room for just a few minutes. Climbed up in the cage. I didn't even know they could climb. And so you have to have those things, and for all I know, he could have been chomping on it. So you have to not have your tubes around, or you're going to end up with, it's like trying to go mountain biking in Tucson. Don't ever try to mountain bike in Tucson, Arizona, dude. On paper, it looks like fun because there's trails, but you need to have like tires built out of solid rubber because it's cactuses everywhere, and you'll end up with 100 holes if you go on one 5-mile bike ride. But But yeah, so I'm gonna go into the store and buy like three 29-inch tubes at the bike shop, and three 29-inch tubes and a bunch of patch kits, and come back, and I don't know if I'll have the energy to keep fighting those tubes, but I think they sell used tubes over at the community bikes. Maybe I should just wait until 11 and go there, because I have to get the derailleur anyway. I think I will, because I've been blowing too much money. I blew $76 the other day on housing and cables at this expensive bike shop, because it was after when they weren't open. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll just wait till 11. And I also wanted to see if they had any jumping bikes, and yeah, so get those tubes, come back, put together this 29er, and then I'm going to maybe I'll ride if I can get the 29-inch bike going, ride it to the bike park. But what I want to do is ride the yeah, my enduro bike to the bike park, and I have to learn those jumps. Like, I suck. I'm one of the worst people out there, dude. I got a job as a teacher of biking. I got to learn those jumps. So, but things are way better. Like, I have a, oh yeah, so yeah, when I came back, I had to tighten the cassette, because I didn't even have the tool. I remember that one of my cassettes I put in by hand, and I couldn't remember what bike though, because I have 10 bikes, and it turned out it was that bike. So yeah, I came back and I tightened that really well in, and then I used the same tool to tighten the same thing in for the 29-inch bike that I had to do. And so that's another thing. So and then I put the chain on it. So I'm excited, and I was testing the gearing. And I didn't even bother to adjust the gearing. So now the gearing is adjusted right, and I can get it to all of the chain rings in the front. And so yeah, and the handlebars mainly. Oh, well, no, and also mainly I can, the chain, I can put watts down. I wasn't able to put any watts down. I had to basically coast, but I couldn't coast because the brake was rubbing. So, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to go back and try. My next goal over at the bike park is to do that big drop off of the log. It's not a log, it's like the big, like, board into the drop. Yeah, and then do that big one on the right, the actual big jump, and not be scared, of doing an endo like yesterday and landing on the the up part of it. Yeah, because I'll remember to lower the seat so I can, and practice moving the bike around so I can control the bike, and do more actual riding, because I can actually ride it now because it won't skip. So yeah, so, and it'll be warmer. It was like 49 degrees when I was doing that, but people were out there in t-shirts, little kids in t-shirts. Yeah, and I have a, when I go there from now on, I'm going to go in my car, because I can layer. It's easier to layer. If I have too much or less on, you just go back to the car, and the parking lot's there, like right there. And, yeah, I can bring my full face helmet if I want to do give me extra courage to do the big ones. And then I have some knee pads too that I got. So, and I was thinking about getting a chest plate, because they had a chest plate arm pads over at the store. So see if maybe I'll get that. I got a brand new red jersey for $10 over there. I should get more jerseys, blow more money. I'm in money spending mode. as I was spending more money, and I'm realizing how much money I'm kind of getting more disinhibited about spending money because I got a big loan and for the house, and I can pay it back, you know, whenever. So it's like this and this. I'm so desperate physically that this is the year that I should really live. You know, try to this summer and do a good job. You know. That'd suck if they fired me because I couldn't do like, or they rescinded hiring me because I can't do like a jump. Like maybe all of a sudden I get there, like, you have to do those big ass BMX jumps. I was watching them and I'm like, oh my God. So that's why I'm going to look on getting a jump bike. But like a used one, maybe there is, but luckily my enduro bike is 26 inches. Because I guess nowadays they build them with 29 and 26 is easier. But I do want to do those BMX ones, those BMX style ones that are really big. That are like where you do the bunch of them in a row that are like really steep and yeah, like you can't even see where you're landing and you have to land like angled like that. Like you have to get used to those. But that bike park, I realized, you know, you go up the hill a bunch of times. Like I went up it a bunch of times and I was like, duh, let's do Strava. I went up maybe 5 times. Then I turned on my Strava on my cell phone, and when I came back, you looked at it on my phone, on my computer, and it said I did it 15 times. I did 15 laps, and this one Strava segment is 8 laps. So you can turn 8 laps into like a race, so that'd be fun. Yeah, and then there's a bunch of Strava segments, like the slalom courses are Strava segments, and it shows people go really fast. I'm like, did they really go that freaking fast? Like over 40 miles an hour. So yeah, I'll give that a try. Because there's this one, it's like BMX style. It's like you jump up, and I saw a video. It looked like the guy did it on YouTube. When people do different jumps on YouTube, there's a lot of YouTube of the Valmont the bike park. I chop the bits off, like the particular jumps. I make them bits, and then you watch them on loop. And yeah, anyway, I want to try to do the jump where or you hit one and then you launch and land on the downside of the other. Maybe I'll be able to do it. You have to, I guess, get good at like basically treating it like a race, like sprinting, and trusting that those banks, those berms, make it so that you can sprint around it like at full speed. So, and that's, I guess, how they go that fast. But I guess there's glitches with Google, with the satellites and Google Earth, because like the winner is always like, the winner of that slalom course went like 200 miles an hour or something. Then there was another dude who went like 150, and then the first girl was going 53, but she was only 8th. Or did it in 8 seconds, and she was only 6th, but there was like a bunch of them. So there was like 20 people who did it, who were going 53 miles an hour, like average. And it's like, is that for real, or is that like a satellite glitch? Because you can't even sprint that fast. So I'd like to see if that's for real. But there are these people, they call themselves pro bike racers or pro bikers, and they were doing some of the big jumps, but a couple, and I was looking at it, it looked like they were racing it. So I was like, see what time he got, and see if I can beat his time. I didn't even look. I forgot. So anyways, that's my vlog for the day. Yeah, a lot going on. So my next goal is to, I'm going to ride around. I have to learn the bike. Like I went straight to jumping before I even was riding it, just to get the thing figured out. I want to bring my unicycle, practice unicycling and then wheelies on it. But, and I've never been able to do wheelies. Like I'm not good at balance that way, or ridden a unicycle. So I want to learn that. Yeah, my goal today, if I can do it, that'd be awesome, is to do that drop where you go off of the log and then launch the steep one, and then go over it. Be able to manage that one. Yeah, and then land on the other side on the downside. Because if you do that, you have the momentum to then do the other one. There's two more after that that are big, and it ends up with one of those wooden ones that launch you up. So, yeah, and I want to practice the wooden one over on the other side, the wooden training one today. So yeah, that's a lot of stuff, and yeah, but go there with the car. And my mom said she'd watch and take video of me. So, anyways, that's my vlog. I think I'm going to just get the tube over at the community cycles. When I go for the the derailleur at 11. So, and I have my meeting tomorrow, and I need to double check what time and when. My mom, the DVR hooked me up with a psych eval. My mom thinks I have Asperger's, and I want to make sure. I got to this lady said I had Asperger's in 2015 or something. Was that when it was? Medicaid took care of it, but it was like she couldn't decide. It was like Asperger's / persecuted personality disorder, but that's not a thing. I looked it up. It doesn't exist. I don't know what the hell she was talking about. But and my mom thinks that I have it, so I'm gonna go in there and tell the guy that my website is Aspergery. So I think like a Asperger's, and I want to know if he thinks that I'm like if I'm on the spectrum. So because if I get on the spectrum, like officially, I can. My mom thinks I can get like benefits, but I could kind of align myself with the Asperger people. You know, I could show them my diagnosis and tell them about my website and foundations and stuff. Anyways, that's enough talking. Wish me luck on the bike park today with those jumps.